Hi, beautiful people. Welcome back. So, today we are going to do a recap and a review of the Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 7, Episode 11, titled Showtime. So, we start out with we have Karen visiting Gizelle at home. She is admiring the improvements that Gizelle has made on the house. She is giving her a lot of compliments. And then when she goes in the confessional and the producers ask her, so what do you think of Gizelle's house? She's like, well, I love the chandelier and the entranceway. And that's about it. Even though she's telling Gizelle, I love this, I love this, I love this, I love this. So the real reason for Karen's visit is to give the twins their birthday gift. Remember, they just had their sweet 16. Karen wasn't able to attend the party. So she got them their presents, which was some Gucci bracelets, which is really, really cute. And then Gizelle tell her, girl, I got some stuff to tell you. Let's go sit down. So Gizelle takes the opportunity, before they even get into the gossip part. She said, Karen said to Gizelle, I know you're coming up with your live show. I'm looking forward to it. And then Gizelle was like, well, I see you have a show coming as well. What's the concept? So she's telling Gizelle this and that and this and that. And then Gizelle was like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like she goes to the confessional, she's like, I don't get it. So I don't know. Like I said, Karen is trying to take over from everybody. First is Wendy with the candle. I believe she even did hair extension and wigs. Wasn't Candiace doing that before as well? And then here she comes trying to say, I'm gonna do a live show as well. But okay, the girls came in, got their gift, and then her and Gizelle went to go talk. So Gizelle is telling her about the conversation she had with Mia about what happened in Miami when the two groups split for lunch, where one group went to meet with Wendy and the others went to the beach. So Gizelle was telling Karen that from the conversation they had and the way that Mia responded, it seemed like Mia bought Jacqueline a Porsche. She also let Karen know that in the car ride on the way to dinner, that Mia let it out that her and Jacqueline has had similar relationships with a person, maybe at the same time, maybe not. But Karen is like, I don't know why Mia told Jacqueline. I don't know why Mia told Gizelle all these things, knowing that Gizelle can't hold water. So she was like, you know what? I'm a friend to Mia, so I'm making sure I'm going back to Mia and tell her what was said about her. So that was that. They talked all about Mia's business. Then we have Wendy and Eddie. They had an emergency. Remember where Wendy is battling the kidney stone. She was like, should she wait to pass it naturally or should she have the operation? But it so happened she was in so much pain. And when they actually did an x-ray, they realized that the kidney stone was too large for her to pass because it was 9 centimeters, I believe she said. So they had to have operation. Long story short, she had to have 2 operations to get the kidney stones out. So they were in the hospital. We had Eddie doing his amateur videotaping and getting the reaction of Wendy getting ready for surgery and stuff like that. And then we left them there. And we went over to Ashley. We saw Ashley cleaning, and she had the boys, and she also had her the nanny coming in with the dean, and she's telling the nanny that she's excited because a new house has come in the market, and it's a possibility that she's gonna get it, but she's gonna let Michael handle all of the business. It's a 5-bedroom house. She comes in a confessional and tell us that they are financially entangled, so it's gonna be hard for her to do everything on her own. So therefore, she's letting Michael go ahead and make the purchase. So we'll see if Ashley has moved into her new home. I need to go over to Instagram. I actually think she has moved from what I'm remembering seeing on Instagram. I think they did purchase that last home that came on the market, and she is in a new home. So that is where Ashley is with her house buying process. I mean, last episode she told her uncle that she doesn't even know she want to go through with it because living on her own, it's going to be hard. And now this episode we're finding she's going through with it, and she doesn't know the home etiquette of buying a home regarding if it should be purchased, where would Michael be living? Will he be living with them? Is he allowed to sleep over? all that kind of stuff. Listen, we're all still very confused about what Ashley is doing with Michael. One minute they're getting divorced, next minute they're staying together. One minute they're buying a home, next minute they're not. And then hey, we are just as confused as you are. So we just have to follow and let it unravel as the seasons go on. So that's where we are with the home buying process with Ashley and Michael. Now we have Gizelle and Robyn. They're checking out the venue for their live podcast. They go and they do a walkthrough. The venue seats 400 and they are only selling 150 tickets. The coordinators for the venue told them that they could make it so that everybody is seated kind of in the same place so that it will look more full. But when the day of the event came, that's not what happened. So people were scattered. And after they walked through, we had Gizelle and Robyn sitting down. Gizelle is letting her know her calendar is wide open. And she just wants to know the date of the wedding that she could put it in. Robyn is like, we still don't have a date. And you're not invited to the wedding. It's going to be an intimate wedding. So therefore, there's no need for you to put any date in. Gizelle was like, well, if you need me at the last minute, let me know. But I need to know around where is the last minute. Like, give me a ballpark range. And Robyn was like, girl, I just told you we don't have a date yet. Drop it. It's not happening. All right. So that's where we have them getting ready to do their live podcast. Now we have Candiace and her mom. And they are doing the video shoot with Trina. She goes in and tell her mom that she's a little bit nervous. We see flashbacks of the last video shoot that she did that was coordinated by Chris. Of course, the producers being shady as they are. Made sure they put in the lower third video shoot produced by Candiace a couple of years ago. And now this video shoot is produced by the record label costing $25,000. So, of course, that's their way of shading the castmates. You know the producers can be shady as well. So we see Candiace get ready. She goes out. Trina meets her by the car, gave her some nice words of encouragement. Candiace also gushed on her and told her, thank you very much for doing this. She's a little bit nervous because she doesn't want to be just known as another housewife doing music. She wants to be taken seriously for her music. So she really puts that out there. And Candiace can sing. She sings very well. So I'm sure she'll be recognized for her music. They did the video and it was a success. Now we have Robyn and Juan at home. They're talking about the upcoming podcast. Also, Robyn's letting Juan know that people are asking, when is the date of the wedding? And in true Juan fashion, he's like, tell them don't worry about it. It's none of their business. We do what we're doing when we do. And it's on us. So Robyn is like, so another thing about the prenup. Have you ever heard of them putting a clause in there on infidelity? One was like, I don't think that's something you have to worry about. And Robyn is like, well, you don't know that. Juan already told you, girl, I'm fine with signing a prenup. Make sure you make up the prenup, give it to me. And I think that's how Robyn should have done it. Just make up the prenup, give it to him, let it take it to his attorney. And if it's fine with him, he signs it because he already told you, I don't have a problem with a prenup. I don't think it needed to be discussed on camera. I'm guessing that's part of the storyline. So therefore, that's why they brought it up. And I'm guessing people do want to know. But we all see how Juan is. I mean, last season, he took off the microphone and walked out and left Robyn right there. We know he really don't want to be on camera. So I don't know why they keep forcing it on him. So just do the scenes where he's willing to do. He doesn't like confrontation. He likes the fun scenes. You watch the show, you see all the scenes that he is involved in. Only thing having to do with fun. Don't come to him with nothing serious, and do not be too intrusive in his life, and he'll be fine. So we had them doing the talk. He told Robyn, I don't think you have anything to worry about. Just make up the prenup and give it to me and let me look it over. But he's like, I definitely won't be fighting you for money. He keeps telling her that. I'm not going to be fighting you for money. So now we have Wendy coming home from doing her surgery. She said they were both outpatient surgeries, so she didn't have to stay in the hospital over time. She's in a lot of pain. Her family is doting on her. Her mom is there as well, making sure that the kids are being, helpful. The boys, of course, they're just standing there looking. The mom is like, go ask your mother what you want to drink. Because boys don't know. They don't know to be caring. Her daughter, of course, is there helping and feeding her with her soup, rubbing her back, rubbing her shoulders, touching her face to make sure her mom is good. Daughters are the best. The boys, they don't even care. They're just sitting at the table on their video games and stuff. Her mom is like, so what you want to eat? You want some spicy food? You want a glass of red wine? Then Wendy was like, Mom, I just had surgery. Just give me some water and some soup, and I'll be fine with that. He's like, you sure you don't want no spicy food? No, I don't want no spicy food. Who eats spicy food after surgery? And then her mom brings up again the fact that she wants her boob jobs. She's like, last season she told the siblings and Wendy, I had 3 of you, you dragged my boobs into the mud, and I want a boob jobs, and you guys are going to pay for it. So she brings it up again, and Wendy's like, right now, that is not a priority on my list. And we have to come back and circle back around to that. So, of course, you had Eddie finding that funny. Her mom is funny. All right, so that was it for Wendy and her family. Then we have Mia and Karen. Karen made sure to go over Mia's house. To Karen's point, she's like, I'm making the rounds with the kids in the group this week. So we remember when Karen went over to Ashley's house and Dylan and Dee were bawling. I'm guessing she's testing the waters again, because now she went over to Mia's house. Mia have pretty young kids, but not as young as Dylan and Dean. Mia's daughter was happy to see Karen. She wanted to make cookies with her and stuff, so that was nice to see. So Mia leaves the kids with Gordon, and she's like, come on in here, girl. Let's go talk. Let's go find out. Karen tells her what Gizelle is saying. So Karen goes in. She goes in with the questions. She's like, Gizelle told me that you and Jacqueline have shared guys. Or you and Gordon like to do, other people and stuff. She's like, was it Peter? And Mia was like, no, it wasn't Peter, but it was Peter's girlfriend. I'm like, whoa. And then she goes in to tell us that the girl belonged to her and Gordon before her and Peter became an item. So I don't think Peter knew that, because I'm sure he wouldn't have got with her if he knew all that. Oh my gosh. So of course Karen found that to be interesting. And she's like, Gizelle also told me that you and Jacqueline take showers together. Is that what y'all like to do? So Mia was like, maybe. He's like, do you like people to watch? Yeah, sometimes. Mia is transparent. She's told us that from the beginning. We saw that from the first episode where she was at dinner with the ladies. And they were asking, what surgeries have you done? And she was upfront and forthcoming with everything. So she's telling Karen everything that's happening. So Karen's mouth is like dropping to the floor. She's like, I didn't even know that you were really this transparent. So Karen got all the details from her and then went on her way. So now it's the day of the event. We have everybody arriving, doing the step and repeat. Ashley points out that Gizelle must love this because she has a whole big old portrait of herself in the background. We have Karen and Ray arrive. Karen is looking around and saying how scanty the event is. Where are all the people? They have 8 minutes to fill this place. At one point, Karen takes out a book and start writing what not to do when she has her event, because for one, she's like, get a smaller space, make sure the space is full, make sure that the host knows your name, because the host that announced Gizelle and Robyn messed up their names. Make sure that the host is not drunk, and make sure that you don't have any boring events, because she kind of found it to be boring. In her opinion, they needed to have more activities. Some of the activities they had a segment for one. When one came up and answered some questions, we had Ashley doing her TikTok dance. She had the audience interaction where the audience were asked, they were encouraged to ask questions. And of course, one of the questions asked was, when is the wedding? And all Robyn's like, stay tuned. Then it was over. The ladies get together. Now we're still discussing Mia and Jacqueline escapades. Gizelle is trying to get to the bottom still to find out who bought Jacqueline her Porsche. Jacqueline let her know, girl, I got my own money. That's not necessary. Jacqueline and Mia was just playing with Gizelle and the group. The way they were answering the questions, you were still left confused. Poor Gizelle. I don't think Gizelle knew what to do. She brought in reinforcements by bringing in Charisse and Ashley. So everybody was asking questions, and here comes Robyn as well, throwing in her little 2 cents, or just enjoying everything. Robyn was just laughing away. She was enjoying all the questions while they were being asked. And it was just interesting to see. But Mia and Jacqueline constantly playing the two of them. So they're thinking that Gordon is a sugar daddy he's married to Mia, but he's a sugar daddy to Jacqueline. So I don't know. We'll see what happens in the next episode. That was the overall gist of it. It was a fun episode to watch. Everybody was jolly. There was no tension anywhere. And it was just cute to see. So an overall feel-good episode with this one. So that is my recap and my review of the Real Housewives of Potomac Season 7 episode 11 titled Showtime. I'm looking forward to next week's episode because I believe in this one. The preview shows that the person who, they're saying that Chris has been flirted with has come forward, and Candiace is at the event where the girl is, and they want to know, do you want to talk to her? And Candiace called her a Sesame Street character. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. So it's going to be an interesting one next week and we also see Karen's live show. We're going to actually see it happening. So these ladies are putting on a show for us, and I am here for it. So guys, until next time, if you listen to this or watching this on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up. And if you're listening to this on my podcast, Reality TV Space with Georgia Denise, make sure that you subscribe to the podcast, download this episode, and share this episode. And until next time, be sure to take care of yourselves and your families. Bye-bye.